Hello Year 7 and welcome to today's lesson. Now we finished last term with the Battle of Hastings, with William the Conqueror becoming the King of England. So, done and dusted. He's king now. All totally fine. He's in complete control, right? Well, not really. Although William has won the battle, he now has to win the war. He has to gain control of England, a foreign country that didn't want him to be their king. This is a foreign invasion. So how is he going to maintain control and stop a further English rebellion that might try and unseat him from power? Now William, we know, is a clever man. And he knew that the key to holding on to power is holding on to land. We want land! Because land meant wealth and power. Today we're going to see how he used this land in order to hold on to England. Now he used a system called the Feudal System, which is what we're going to be looking at today. So hopefully by the end of this lesson you'll know what the Feudal System was and how it helped William keep control of England. So let's start by looking at this beautiful diagram here. Now, the key thing to remember with the feudal system is a triangle. It's a triangle of power. We have the king at the top, and the king basically divided England out to his barons. Now, these were people that he brought with him from France. So these are Frenchmen who wanted land in England. So he handed out the land as a way of rewarding the knights for helping him at the Battle of Hastings and as a way of maintaining control in England. Now each of these barons owed their land and wealth to the king, so they became loyal to him, and they would control those lands to ensure that nobody rose up to get rid of William as king. Now the barons had their own fighting men, known as knights. These were trained men-at-arms, trained soldiers, and they had been really crucial to William winning the Battle of Hastings. Now they were given land by the barons, but they themselves didn't work that land. They were fighters. So they got freemans or serfs, freemen or villeins, to work the land for them. So here in this system, the only people who are actually producing any food and doing any work really is that very bottom row, the freemen and the serfs. Everybody else's job is military, to fight and keep control. So, I said, think of the feudal system as a triangle with the king at the top. I'd like you to now copy this feudal system diagram onto a page, and can you please put in the correct place the villeins, the barons, the knights and the king. Who comes at the very top? Who comes at the very bottom? So hopefully we have your diagram completed like this. With the king at the top, the king gives the barons land, the barons give some land to the knights, who use the villeins and serfs to work the land. So hopefully now you have a basic understanding of the feudal system, but to make that even better, I'd like you now to read the information sheet and to complete the questions on the next slide. This is also available as a Word document on show my homework. If you'd like to have a challenge, complete the extension task. Here are the questions. Now, the feudal system was really important. It was a really important way of ensuring that William would maintain control in England, that the Normans would be here for a lifetime. We talk about the Norman conquest as one of the key moments in English history. And that's what Simon Schama, this historian here, thinks. This next slide is going to show you an extract from one of his historical works. Schama said, "Some historians will tell you that for most of the people of England, Hastings didn't matter that much, that 1066 was mostly a matter of replacing Saxon lords with Norman knights. The peasants still ploughed their fields and paid taxes to the king, prayed to avoid poverty and pestilence, and watched the seasons roll round. But the everyday can rub shoulders with the genuinely catastrophic. Yes, the grass was green here again, but there were bones beneath the buttercups. An entire governing class of the English had been deposed, their men, land and animals taken from them, and given as spoils to the victorious foreigners. You could survive and still be English, but now you belonged to an inferior race, the conquered. You lived in England, but it was no longer your country." So Simon Schama is trying to discuss there how much this Norman invasion actually changed England. The question is, did most people really even realise? Or did they just carry on with their normal lives? I'd like you to look back at the extract and see if you can identify Simon Schama's line of argument. Is he trying to say a lot has changed with this Norman invasion and conquest? What is he saying has changed? And why do some historians say that little has changed? I'll put it back onto the other slide, so pause it so you can look at it. Finally, to finish, a little easier here, give yourself a recap. Can you answer these questions, true or false? 10 questions there. Last one. If you absolutely love history, have a go at this quick Norman conquest word search.